Let's take a look at creating a part based off of a drawing I found on the internet. This one is of medium complexity. If you take a look at my feature list, there are not that many features in here. It's more that the dimensions are a bit convoluted. And so for this video, I'm going to create a couple of sketches and a couple of extrudes. In a later video or videos, I will create this boss and its counterbores, the holes and the fillets and the rib. So let's start out by creating a brand new Part Studio. I'll click on the plus sign and then create Part Studio. And again, I'm just going to create a couple of sketches and extrudes in this video. Let me start with the base of this. So I'll select the plane called top, then I will right click, then choose new sketch. I'm going to right click and view normal to the sketch plane. And what will make it a little bit easier to start out with is I'm going to create a sketch for the diameter of the boss. So let's go to the circle command and I will focus in on the origin. And oops, let me hit the escape key. I didn't mean to click there. Let me create a circle. I'm going to focus in, and so just that's going to be in line with there. And let me drag this out. And this again is going to have a diameter of 60. I can plug in that value right now. And let's dimension this. Let's locate the center of this from this plane, and we know that we want this dimension to be a distance of 75. So that is good. Let me pan everything up. And I know that I want symmetry for the rectangular shape. Let me throw in a construction line. So I'll go to construction and then line, and I'll focus in on the origin and then drag this out so that it is vertical a distance, and then hit the escape key. I don't need to see my planes anymore. I will use the keyboard shortcut P to unclutter the screen. And then I'm going to create the big arc of a radius of 40. Let's go to the arc drop down. I'm going to use the center point arc command, and I'm going to focus on the center of the circle that I just created. And again, this is going to be a radius of 40, so I can start getting close to the radius of 40. And I'll start out horizontal, and let's go around and let it lock into being 180 degrees. And then for the radius, I can plug in my value of 40. So this is good for that. Then I will do the rectangle for the base. It is a width of 140. And normally I try to replicate the dimension scheme in the drawing, except that we know that the width is going to be a distance of 43 off of the vertical oval bosses. I'm just going to allow someone to do that in the drawing. I'm going to create a 140 by 65 rectangle. So let's go to rectangle, and I'll let it focus in on the origin. Start about over here and drag it out, and we'll let it get close to 65, and I'm just going to hit the escape key. I'm going to throw in the dimensions later on. So let's make symmetry. Let's go to symmetric and pick my construction line, and then the two vertical lines. Now we can throw in our different dimensions. Let's make this a width of 140. And again, I will make this, let's make this a length width, whatever, 65. All right, so we are starting to get what we want. Let's throw in some vertical lines to connect the arc to the rectangle. Let me grab the 40 dimension and just drag it out of the way. And so I'll click on the line command, and let's click here and make it vertical and connect into there. Hit the escape key. And let's create another line from here down into there and hit the escape key. And let's use our trim, and we can get rid of this and this and hit the escape. Oh, let's get rid of this and this while we're at it. Okay, so that is good. I'm going to grab the 60 dimension, drag it off of the part. All right. Looks like we've got a little something going on here. Let me try some different constraints. Let's try a little horizontal. There we go. Just ended up losing a constraint in that situation. All right, so let's see some other things that we want. We want some radius of value 10. So let me go to the circular fillet command, and let's select this corner, and then this corner, and then left click. And so that is going to be the first one. I'm just doing separately rather than all four at the same time, just because the drawing shows different dimensions, which implies that these are supposed to be controlled individually from each other. And let me left click and choose the value of 10. So that is good for that. The only other thing that I'm going to put in this sketch, I'm going to put in some points to locate the holes that are going to be drilled in later on. And so those are going to be symmetric, a width of 88 and a distance of 35. So let me go to the point command, and let's throw in a point here. And let me focus in to get it horizontal. And then let's make them symmetric. Symmetry, this, and then select the 2 points. And then we can put in a dimension between the points. And this is going to be a value of 88. And then the distance from here to here is going to be 35. All right, so that looks good for my first sketch. Let me hit the check mark for that, and let me rotate the model. I'll use the keyboard shortcut P to turn the display of my planes back on. And let's see, for the other sketch I'm going to make in this video, I'm going to sketch on the plane called front. So let's select front, right mouse click, new sketch. Right mouse click, view normal to the sketch. And I'm actually going to put in a rectangle below the plane just because I know that a dimension later on is going to need that. So let me go to the rectangle command, and I'm actually going to rotate so I can focus in on here. And let me focus in on here to lock it in. And it is going to be a height of 12. Let me hit the escape key, and let's put in our dimension. And again, this is going to be a value of 12. And let's see, while we're at it, let's see. Oh, actually, this is going to be a distance of 10. Again, it's like I had to look at a different view in order to figure out what this height is going to be. And again, that is going to be so I can dimension the hole that goes in the top of the part, which also determines the arc of radius 25. And let's throw in our next rectangle in here. Again, it's just a little bit convoluted. And let's focus in on here and plug that in. Let me hit the escape key because I don't want to throw in a dimension down at the bottom. And let's see, let's put in our dimension for this. We're going to make this a value of 12. And so that is good. And so yeah, then next up, let's do our arc up at the top of radius 25. Again, this is just, it's a little convoluted. Let me use the keyboard shortcut P to turn off the display of the planes. And so I will go to my center point arc. I will focus in on the origin. Actually, yeah, that's the origin. And let's create it about this high and go out here and here. And looks like I was not getting it to be horizontal at the ends. Let's put in a construction line. And we'll make it horizontal. Hit the escape key. Let's put in a dimension of radius 25. And let's make the endpoints coincident on there. And now we need to locate the height of this. And again, this is where the dimensioning gets a little convoluted. So the dimension is going to go from this bottom line to there, and then locate this up, and this is going to be height of 155. And now this ends up turning black. Let me resume. I had to take a break. Okay, so let's then put in the racetracks, because the racetracks are going to determine the overall height of the radius 30 arcs. And so let me start out by creating a circle. I'm going to locate it right about here or so, and it's going to be a radius. Let's do a radius diameter 30, because it's going to be a radius of 40, or excuse me, radius of 15. And let me draw in another one and make it about yay big. And let's see, let's also do the ones on the other side. Line up over here and drag it out, and over here and drag it out. And I'm doing it manually for just, I don't know, try to get everything to work out. All right, so let's do equal, and then equal here and here, and equal here and here, and here and here. And they line up, and let's see, let's throw in some symmetry. Let's make symmetric here and here and here, and symmetric here and here, since those two didn't line up by default. And let's see, let's throw in some lines to connect these. Let's go from line from here and snap into that one. And I'm just going to use the keyboard shortcut L, so I can go right back to creating lines and let it snap to tangency. Hit the escape key and L, keyboard shortcut here. And let's see, can I get, nope, not getting tangency. I'll throw that in manually, and then hit the escape, keyboard shortcut L, and again, pick these. All right, let me throw in some tangency, make sure that I have that tangent between here and here, and here and here. Let's just do it on all sides just to be certain. Trying to avoid turning on the display of my constraints, just because they will quickly clutter up the screen with everything I've got going on here. Okay, so that should have everything adjusted. Let me trim some entities away. And now let's try dimensioning different things. Okay, so let's throw in a dimension for the height from here to here, and this should be 58. And then from here to here, and that should be 20. And then we want the radius. I'll do the radius. What did I say? I'm going to do the radius of the outer ones first. Let's put this a radius of 15. And then let's try putting in the dimension between them, between here and here. And from the bottom view, that should be 88. And let's see, everything is black except for a couple of the entities. Let me make sure I got the tangency in there between these. Maybe a vertical. There we go. All right. Sometimes you just got to try different constraints so that we get everything that way that we want. All right, so let's see. We need the inner racetracks. Let's do a little bit of offset, and I'll pick this. And let's flip the direction. And then left click and punch in the dimension. And let's do the same thing over on the other side. Let's pick, oh, I'm out of the offset command. Offset, flip. Let's pick the other two entities, left click, and accept the dimension. Just going to grab the dimensions and move them off of the geometry a little bit. Okay, so that is good. And so the point of doing the racetracks was to get the radius 30 arcs dimension. So let's put in our center point arcs. I'm going to come off here and let me grab it. Let's try it again. Oh, I did center point circle. Center point arc. Grab it here. And here. And let's snap there in radius 30. And that locks it in. Then we should be able to do some lines. Line from here. Aha, I see why this is not lining up. This needs to be 80. Okay, there we go. That should fix everything. Now let's do a line from here to here. Again, it's like very easy to mess up this drawing. And then from here, let's go down. Let's create a line. I'll do the keyboard shortcut L from here over to there. Hit the escape key. And let's do a little bit of trim of this entity. And let's see, we know that there's a radius of 15 in there. So let's go to the circular fillet. And here. And let's do a left click, punch in radius of 15. Okay. And hit the escape key. All right. Let's drag it out over there. And so now I want to just mirror the entities on the other side. Let's go to the mirror command and select our mirror and then the entities that we want to mirror. And we get the shaded loop. And let me hit the escape key. And so let me take a quick look. I think that's everything in this sketch. Again, it's just a little bit convoluted, kind of easy to make different mistakes in here. Let me hit the check mark and let's rotate the model. And now we can start creating some of our extrudes. Let me click the extrude command. I'm going to pick this face. I'll leave the inner boss for another time. And for the depth, I can choose up to vertex simply because we've got the vertex defined from the other sketch. So that's good. Let's hit the check mark. Let me bring back the display of both sketches. I'm going to use the other sketch again. And so for my second extrude, let's select, again, just this shape. And we're going to change the depth. I'll do this depth manually. This is a depth of 12, and we are going to add it and hit the check mark. And so there we have the basis. Again, it's just like, just the sketches are just a little bit too much. All right, so I will pick this up in the next video.